All right, so it's Monday. We're back at the shop. I didn't post a video over the weekend. I got to the house and I had my footage and I didn't really dig it. But so me and Brett were in the back shop and we did a lot of cleaning. Got that place super. And we're working on the EF as well on Friday, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into that. So we're back. We're here with the EF. We got new plugs in it, plug wires going on it. Started doing the radiator and the coolant hoses. We need to find a lower radiator hose because that one is of course too small to fit over the B series. But we have a clamp here to clamp it down on that end once we find our hose. These are the old plugs. They've just been sitting for a while. They're not too bad, but they're old and beat, so we got some fresh ones in there. And then we need to add 2 wires for the distributor, but we already got the injectors all ran in there. We need to do the connections in there on the ECU next, but we need to grab the nut and the spider washer from VTech Vicky real quick, because this guy doesn't have one and I don't have any more left over, but we know VTech Vicky might not be running for a while, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the spider washer and nut from that, and then we will be back here. So VTech Vicky is back here hanging out all by herself, and so I'm actually also gonna take this manifold and turbo and stuff because it's Emilio's manifold and stuff, and he told me I could take it, use it to boost my Integra. So I might be boosting my Integra here in the soon future, but I'm gonna go ahead and steal this right here. I need this washer right in between here, and then I'll just use this nut as well, because the single cam didn't have this style fuel rail before. Awesome. So yeah, they got different plans for Vicky later on, so it probably won't have a B series and she's gonna rip, so they don't need this washer. But gonna go ahead and get back over there and get this EF all done. It's pretty awesome. I got this thing all tightened up here, and the spider washer, everything's in there now, so don't have to worry about the fuel leaking. It's pretty sick. The EF is coming along great. I got the exhaust all bolted on up underneath, as well as we got all this stuff over here reloomed and buttoned up all nice. It looks just like factory now, so it's coming along great. Things looking really good. Digging it. Really liking this little EF swap. I've never done just a plain Jane EF swap before, so it's pretty sweet. Everything's always been rye wire or, you know, built and all that stuff, so I've never had to do all this little this wiring and stuff. Never had to do these little things. All right, so I got the cut shiv linkage all mounted up in here. Just need to go ahead and hold this stuff up. So see, this is the rod that holds it aligned, and then this is the rod that it shifts with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hold them there, and then we'll mark them and we'll cut the amount that needs cut off, and then we'll have Sean just make it all the right length. It's pretty simple, sweet. I dig it. All right, so we got them all cut up. It's pretty dang good fitment. I mean, look at that. Look at that. If we move it right there, that is practically touching all the way around, man. That's awesome. And then you move this one right here, and they're both just right there. So That's just super sweet. Perfectly lined up. That's how it's done, boys. Get the flippy floppies. Go fast. Awesome, so we got the other knuckles from the parts car outside. We're all ready to get these axles buttoned up and in there. It's gonna be sick, man. This thing's pretty sweet. Alright, we got that all cotter pinned up. Now this is what we gotta do, boys. The EF Life right here. Look at that thing all covered up. How can it come loose if it's locked in there, right? I just love making things look clean. That is clean. But Gordo also got his idle motor swapped out, so when my dad and everyone are ready, they can go ahead and help us get that thing figured out. But we're gonna go ahead and get this EF all finished up, and you can come along with us. So right now we're making a jumper for the distributor because it was a B20, so it had an OBD2 LS distributor and it needs to be OBDO. So I got my wires here and I'm gonna go ahead and start making a little jumper. So I have the OBDO plugs right here, and then I have a distributor right here, and it's pretty much just the colors, you know, go straight across. The only ones it's missing are these two blues. There are these two blues, the blue with the green, and then the blue, it's just like a blue, it's just all blue. It's the lighter blue one, not this dark blue. The dark blue is there, and that runs with the big wires, but the lighter blue right here and then this blue with the green are not in these, or this, yeah, it's something with the blues, my dad said. I'm gonna figure it out real quick. I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna look at this and figure it out, because I see one of those blues that I was pointing out. White, it might be that one. Yeah, so it's the white with the blue isn't there, and then both these white with blues are not in this harness. So I ran these wires through, so these wires go down to the ECU, and then they're gonna go to these white with blues. Solved it right there. So we'll start with the power here. Yellow, the black with the yellow. Connected straight across. And I like to make the wires each side into a Y, and then you just put those Ys together and kind of twist it all nice. And you should be able to get it just as thin as the wire is, so that your heat shrink isn't too big or anything. You know, a nice thin piece. And then next would be this blue right here. All right, so I got it all wired up. It looks really good, like factory. You know, it's got the little plastic looms on there and everything, just like factory. Tuck it behind, can't even tell. Looks great. All those are really good solders and everything. So things are looking super sweet there. Everything's looking just awesome. So got my 2 wires running to the ECU, back through the loom as well, like a pro, going into there. It's awesome. So they're all coming into here. They're all kind of long right now, but I'll get that all shortened up into the ECU where everything's gonna be, you know. Just gotta get it, I have them kind of long so I can run them with the loom and then flip them right where they need to be. So gonna take care of all that next and put them all into their pins. I think I saw on the diagram like A17 and a few pins somewhere in an A plug. So gonna pull up my diagram and go check that out. So that's next. All right, so I'm in here with my wires. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the diagram and start doing this wiring here. I just got the stock air box and all that battery stuff back in up there. So I did not hook the battery back up though. I just put it back in. But so I can do this wiring and then we should hopefully be able to see if it can start. All right, so I'm starting to figure things out. I need to connect the yellow wire to A7, and the yellow is actually this purple one. So the purple wire to A7, and then the red wire to A3. So I have my little chart right here. A is this plug right here. So then A3 will be top row. So it'll be A1, 3, so it'll be the second one right here, the yellow, and then A7 would be 5, 7, this far one right here. Alright, so I got those two all soldered up. Gonna do the heat shrink on them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the 2 distributor wires. But reading the forum, I don't know if I got the right wires out there. So all the wires, literally all of them but 2, matched up color to color. But from what this is saying, the blue and green should come in here to go to C1, and then the blue and yellow should come in here to go to C2. So that being that way, that means I hooked my wires up to the wrong ones, because I hooked my wires up to the white blues, and that's everything I've seen on the forums. Looks like it's the blue and green that I need. I've gone on three different pages now. This one can't even open. Come on, is it that old? But yeah, so I need to Brainstorm, ask my dad probably. Awesome, so I'm actually back out here. I hooked up 2 of these wires wrong. So my wires that are running into the chassis are actually gonna go to the blue with the green and the blue with the yellow. I was just looking over all the forums and I just had those 2 backwards. So they're right now, and then these ones will just go to the whites with the blue stripe, and that'll be all solved. Man, it's looking tight though. Look at that. Look at that, dude. It's all there. So now I just need to add 2 clamps in. It's good. So, started getting these holes drilled out and things marked up with this. I got all my circles drawn, holes drilled, so now I can go ahead and pull these off and then cut this out. And then, as well as just waiting on this axle seal. The parts store has it on the way. They said they should have it by 7:30, so I'll be able to get that and then get oil in the trans later on. But until I get that axle seal and then the axle in, I cannot put oil in the trans. And that's really all we're waiting on. We've got pretty much everything hooked up. Wired wise, all that's figured out. We're gonna move on and drill these holes. So
you can tell we're on there for a while because you can still see WickFab right here
in the dust.
In the dust where it's cut out. That's funny.
It's pretty rad.
top and then this looks good. To me anyway.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we got the CRX all in. I need to do some toe adjustment. This one went way out left, but for tonight we're gonna head out. Got everything in the way, put away, cleaned up. Bat rod's looking sick. You guys gotta go check that out on my dad's channel, PFIspeed. And this is GoofyBuilt, Gordo. You guys like, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe, because he's got to beat Preston, and Preston just went 36,000.
36,000.
The garage idiots are higher.
They're higher.
We gotta
They
get
just
them.
ran up.
We gotta get Goofy up there.
Yep.
Let's go. So if you haven't, subscribe and hit that bell.
Thank you. This is GoofyBuilt. Peace out.